Summer Without You, and It's Always Summer, I think it's called. So yeah, this is not the first chapter. This is not the last chapter. Like, yeah. Um, and I actually had that as an ebook, but I don't like ebooks. I want to have a physical book and a hard copy, because I don't know, it's like way cooler and just aesthetic and stuff like that. So basically, yeah. Hope you like it. I'm talking too much. I'm not a good reader in English. So basically, I'm so sorry if I do some mistakes or if I don't. If I make some, yeah, if I make some mistakes, I'm a slow reader too. Kind of. Depends. So yeah. I don't know how long this video will be going. So basically, yeah. Um, so we will going to start with some kind of a letter. I don't know. So I say, I can't believe you're really here. He sounds almost shy when he says, me neither. And then he hesitates. Are you still coming with me? I can't believe he even asked. If he even has to ask. I would go anywhere. Yes, I tell him. It feels like nothing else exists outside of that word. A word. This moment. There's just us. Everything that happened this past summer and every summer before it has all led up to this, to now. Because I'm laying on my bed too. Chapter 1. We'd been driving for about 7,000 years, or at least that's how it felt. My brother Stephen drove slower than our Grana. I sat next to him in the passenger seat with my feet up on the dashboard. Meanwhile, my mother was passed out in the back seat. Even when she slept, she looked alert, like at any second she could wake up and direct traffic. Go faster, I urged Stephen, poking him in the shoulder. Wait a second. Um, let's pass this that kid on the bike. Stephen used to